It's always a good sign when you drop the lure down and the crappie come right up there. That's the first fish right there. That is a good crappie. Boom. So what is happening, people? So today we're back at McGee's Mill, and it looks like the water temps here are 61. We were in Eno River yesterday. The water temperature there is 52, much colder than here. And so I came back to this lake, and if you missed a couple of videos ago, I came to this lake, rode around about 4 or 5 hours and marked some underwater structure. Mainly what I was marking was brush on the edge of these creek channels, but I also marked when they establish a lake, most any lake, and they go in and they may leave those stumps around the creek channels up 3, 4, maybe even 5 feet. And as years go by, the roots are exposed, the stump is exposed, and crappie will relate to those stumps. Now crappie will suspend over top of those stumps as much as 10, 15 feet above it, and say 30 feet of water. And what they're doing is just relating to that structure that's under them or out beside of them. So we fished a bunch of brush piles, some drop-offs the other day. So I came back and I have probably 6 or 8 more spots marked. And one of the spots is behind me. And I'll try to demonstrate. The creek channel comes along here right off that point and comes across this flat, comes very close to that point, and then comes back towards us this way. It's where the creek channel runs. So you see how that's a flat out there. The creek channel makes a curve there, which makes that very good. Any creek channel curve, whether you're fishing in a river or in a lake, is always a good spot to fish. And so if you come out of that cove, you're coming in, say, 12, 14 feet of water, and all of a sudden it just drops right into about 25 feet of water. And as the wind pushes across this lake here from this direction to that direction, it creates current across there, and those crappie will stage right on that drop-off and intercept bait fish coming in. So anyway, so I have about 3 spots marked over there. Not sure quite what they were. I just marked them with side scan as I went over, and I'm gonna go back with the LiveScope and check them out. Hey guys, stay with us and let's go catch a fish. Yeah, that's structure there. See the tree that they're hanging in? Right there, you can get a good, you can see it pretty good. So I'm assuming, I'm pretty sure these are crappie. It's always a good sign when you drop the lure down and the crappie come right up there. That's the first fish right there. That is a good crappie. Boom. That is a good crappie. That is a good sign when you drop a lure down and you see the fish coming out to eat it. That's always a great sign. And I gotta go get my pliers, y'all. Boom. Watch that one come over there and get it. Another nice crappie. Good crappie, y'all. Good crappie. Boom. Good crappie. Now, just for argument's sake, I'm going to try that white I'm gonna try that white jig with this 14-foot pole. And let's see. So I need to get within about 10 feet of it. Well, there's the lure, so I'm still short. But the nice thing about it is, oh, one bit it, he didn't quite take it. No, they hitting it, they ain't eating it. There he is. He come right on up out of that brush and got that. Boom. Good crappie. So real quick, here's my, I put this little 1/4 ounce head on to get me down. These crappies seem to be a little deeper, and that's just a Bobby Garland shad color. And I put that little spinner on in that clear water. I'll see if it helps me. So that's one jig that I'm going to try. And I'll just show you some of my baits that I have on. Here of course is the gold spoon, which has been a killer. That little gold 1/8 ounce spoon. All right, so I also got tied on. I got that little Wahoo white on, and that's not been as productive in real clear water, but anyway, it has caught a bunch of fish. And I'm gonna try this rainbow color. This is white. This is just something different. It's got a rainbow color on it. I'm gonna see if fish like that rainbow color. You know, many times when fish are deep, we're not really sure how a particular color shows up. And so you've got all kind of minnows, whether they're creek chubs, shiners, all sorts of things. So I got my 14-foot rod out today, as you noticed. One of the other fishing trips, I broke my 10-foot rod, so I'm gonna try my 14. It's a little heavy. This is actually like a trolling rod. It's a little heavy for what I'm doing, but on it I tied a hair jig, and I've been wanting to try these hair jigs. I just hadn't got around to trying them. And actually, I found some in a box. I forgot I even had them, but that's an Arky white shad color. That's a good color. I've caught a lot of fish on that color. So that is the lures we're going to be fishing with. I apologize because sometimes I forget to tell you guys about actually what we're fishing with. Close to each other. Let's see. Let's find our crappies again. We need to back up just a little bit. Right on the edge of that drop off. Boom, there they are right there. Back right over top of them. Since they're right out in front of me, I'm gonna just let that lure fall. I'm off of them just a little bit, but that's all right. I got one on right there. Boom. Boom, I got that one. It feels like a decent crappie. Yeah, that's a good one. Now you noticed how they've went right off the edge of that drop off. Boom, that's a good crappie. All right, let's drop it right down. We still right over them. I have no wind today, so I can sit right on top of the crappies. I'm gonna drop it right into the middle of them. we're gonna go right back over here. That is a big wad of crappies right there. And that is brush. You can see the brush along the bottom. See the signatures of the brush? That's what they're hanging. That's what they're hanging on. I gotta be careful with these spoons not to get that spoon down in that brush, get it hung. So we drop it down. See the fish reacting to that spoon? See the fish disperse? They're a little nervous of that spoon. See how they dispersed? There's one right there. One did there. One did pick it up. I just held it there still. That's what I'm telling you. This clear water, those fish are very spooky. And they will disperse. And we in what? Those fish in about 15 feet of water. You know, the one thing that I found, crappie fishing, you know, the one thing that I found out here crappie fishing is when I spot a group of crappie out in open water, say maybe they related to a drop-off just in open water, they have a tendency to move. Once you get over them and you catch a few, they'll move. I think I chased a school about 200 feet away the other day. I'd get to them and I could catch a fish out of them, but they just kept moving. And even your boat shadow in the water will cause crappie to move away because this water's crystal clear. Most of the time, if you go to catching them, they'll just push right down to the bottom. Now, structure's different. A lot of times, if they related tight around the structure, you can just sit there and go right back to the structure and they won't leave that structure. But when they're out in open water, many times they'll move, especially in this deeper channel here. Just drop down in them. There goes the lure. We off of them. I'm gonna just hold it still now. See all those fish we coming through? Boom, one just hit at it. And they just pecking the crap out of it. None of them's eating it. Now watch them disperse. See them disperse? And I got one on right there coming up. A little bit on the smaller side. All right, so another thing that you can do is you can see that is about, let's see, let me back it out just a little bit. That is about, we'll point it right to it. Those fish anywhere from 10 to 15 feet out, about 15 feet. So what I can do is I can cast my lure out in that direction and just allow it to free fall. See, it's right above them. And I'm gonna just allow that lure to free fall right into the crappies to see if I get bit. May not. Boom. Well, one hit at it. Missed it. See them disperse? See that? Just that quick motion, that fish made that like he was afraid. Now that's that hair jig that I just pitched through there. And I'm gonna do that again. I'm pitching out in front of the boat, counting the lure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and it's right at 11 feet. And I'm just going to allow it. It's falling right through those crappie, and I'm just barely moving it. And I got bit a little bit. He hit at it again, but did not take it. He hit at it again, it didn't take it. Now I'm going to get, they were right up under the boat. So we're going to drop this lure straight down to them. There it goes. And we're going to hold it vertically. And I see I got some fish coming up to it. And see, they seem to like it more vertical. See, they seem to like it more vertical than casting out to them. This one's a little smaller. We won't keep him. So I think fish is right behind me. Yep, I'm gonna get right over top. There goes that fish back down to the bottom. See him? Yep, we'll get right I'm gonna get right over top. There goes that fish back down to the bottom. See him going back down to the bottom? And we are right over the fish. There goes the lure again. Straight down to the fish. I see some fish coming out. I'm just feeling for a good bump. That's my lure there. See that fish react to that lure? That fish has got that. He just picked that right up. He just picked that right up. Picked that lure right up. That's a little bit better one right here. That's a little bit better. That's a nice crappie right there, y'all. Boom. Boom, that's a good crappie. Good crappie. So basically, guys, I'm going right along. The creek channel kind of runs right along here and it curves and goes that way. So you can see I'm probably 40 yards off the bank here. And basically, I'm just running right along the edge of the creek channel looking back this way. And you can see down the U in the creek channel. It goes up pretty fast and pretty steep. And so I'm running along this top edge looking for stumps. There's a lot of fish, a lot of shad working up and down right in the creek channel, about 20-25 feet of water. So what I'm looking for is any brush. What I just fished was, it looks like an old tree that was down in the bottom. There was right many crappie on it. They were a little more lethargic. They didn't really want to bite as good as those early ones. But so I'm gonna just continue to cruise. So if you get in your creek channel and you just cruise and looking for structure, and I'm checking out anything that I see that looks a little odd on the bottom. And then if I see a bunch of fish around it, of course, I'm gonna drop a lure in it and see if I catch crappie. If I catch crappie, those same crappie will be there all winter. That's 25 feet of water. And so I'm marking places that I'll be fishing on in December and January. And so that's basically what we're doing. We just looking. Okay, guys, so I'm gonna show you this. Now this is the type of thing. See right on the edge of this drop off right here? That is either a stump or some brush somebody has sunk. Now, I just caught a really good crappie out of it. So I can't tell whether it's brush or whether it is a stump. I'm gonna get right back over top of it. I'm gonna drop a lure down, and that crappie was a little bit better average crappie we've been catching. You see they got it in about 20 feet of water. So hey guys, we back at the ramp. We're going to end this video. I hope you've seen something in the video that you enjoyed. I hope you've seen something in the video that you learned. And don't forget to hit that like button. Click on that notification bell so you don't miss an episode of Wildlife Adventures. Hey, and please subscribe to the channel. That keeps us doing what we're doing. Hey guys, you remember, it's a wildlife, and I'll see you on the water.